Hi there, my darling Aries. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of Halloween, October the 27th. So, my darling Aries, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then I'll do my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Aries, what messages does Aries need to know for this week of the 27th? I don't know whether you go overboard with Halloween where you are, but I mean, here in Australia, it's, they try. But I mean, we put out a few things, but I don't think last year we got any trick-or-treaters or anything like that. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, didn't work. All right, my darling Aries, let us see what we've got for you. The veil. Ooh, the future. So yeah, love that. Very apt for Halloween, my darling Aries. The veil, the future. So I'm guessing what I'm thinking, and I think last week you sort of had something about, really thinking about where you're going and what you're doing, my darling Aries. So I feel for you that it's your future, like how you see yourself, where you're going, what you're doing is going to be really important to you this week, my darling Aries. So let us consult the tarot and we shall see what is going on. Hang on, my thing's just had a meltdown. There we go. Let us see where this is going to go for you, my darling Aries. What messages does Aries need to know for this week of the 27th of October, 2025? I can't believe the end of November is this week, the end of this week. I mean, it is getting mighty close to Christmas. I'm going to have to get my kids to start writing out their Christmas lists because, yeah, that is very close. All right, let's see what we've got. 8 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Make sure they're all in here. So what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'll intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords is a card of self-imposed restriction. It's a card of, not being able to get yourself out of a funk. It's kind of almost self-sabotage in a way, my darling Aries. And you can see she's got this blindfold on here and very loose bindings, but you could see she's got her hand up to that. She could very easily take that blindfold off her eyes. And there's a few cards, and I mean, it reminds me of the veil card anyway with the blindfold. The blindfolds in the tarot represent needing to trust your intuition as well. So, and, the things that you cannot see. So I would be encouraging you this week, my darling Aries, to take the blindfold off, to, reveal to yourself what you have not been wanting to see, my darling Aries. Like I said, all she needs to do is take that blindfold off, remove those bindings, and step into the water here, which for me represents a flow. It represents the flow of life, my darling Aries. So, where are you feeling that you don't want to, you don't want to face some truths, you don't want to, see what is in front of you? That all that's going to do is hold you back. All that's going to do is prolong a situation that doesn't need prolonging, my darling Aries. So, I feel that the message off this 8 of Swords is to tell you to, or to encourage you, not to tell you, to encourage you to release that, release yourself from the bindings, from your self-imposed restriction, from what is holding you back, is the message I feel, my darling Aries. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm getting there. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is a card of, work hard, play hard, of, juggling. You can see sort of spinning plates in the air, juggling energies. You can see these two pentacles here with the what is around them is this glowing light, which forms a giant infinity symbol. And that's the symbol of infinite possibilities, my darling Aries. So I feel that if you can, just release yourself from, what it is that you don't want to see and balance your energies a little bit better, that things will move forward for you. But I feel that you are holding yourself back here. You're, giving too much. Your energies are unbalanced, I feel, at the moment. Whereas, if you're working too hard or you're working too much, you may need to pull that back and start, having more fun, going out, call a friend, go on a date, just even go on a date with yourself if you don't want to see anybody else. I feel that it's important for you to get to balance whatever you feel is restricting you at this time, because you've got two cards here of holding on to something. So, and then this card of the, that sort of work hard, play hard balance is reminding you to, that something seems to be out of whack, my darling Aries. That's kind of what I'm feeling here off this Two of Pentacles. So, that's what I'll say there. And then you have the Four of Pentacles here. So, as I said, you've got the Eight of Swords here, which is, like I said, self-imposed restriction. And then you have the Four of Pentacles, which is holding on too tightly. The message here I feel to give you is to what are you holding on to for fear of letting go, my darling Aries? What is it that's making you closed off? What is it that's making you want to just, clutch your resources to you and not let go, my darling Aries? I mean, because you can see on the card here, she is holding on tightly to this pentacle. She's standing on this one, and she's got one on her head and there's another one here. So the message of the Four of Pentacles is that there is usually something that you can't release. And it's up to you, my darling Aries, to find out what that is. And I feel that with, that, like I said, there's two cards here. Well, actually, with the veil and the blindfold on that, 3 cards of holding on too tightly here. So I just feel that the message is telling you to release what you're holding on too tightly to. So there was a saying that I was taught a long time ago, when, you scoop up some sand, and if you hold it so tightly in your hands, even water as well, it runs through your hands, runs through your fingers. However, if you scoop it up and you just allow and you hold it there, it sits and it stays. So I feel that just releasing the, holding on too tightly and just letting it sit, whether it's your feelings, letting it sit, whether those, just letting those feelings sit there, whether it's letting a situation just sit there until you feel the time is right to be able to move it forward, my darling Aries. So yeah, that's the message I'm getting there for you. So if I'm going to put it all together, I just feel that with these 2 cards here with the blindfolds, I just feel that there is something you're not wanting to see. But I'm encouraging you, my darling Aries, to be brave and face it. Take off the blindfold here and here. Release what is holding you back. Step into the flow, my darling Aries. Balance those juggling energies. This could also be a bit of conflict in yourself, as, balancing trying to go, do I go with my heart? Do I go with my head? Type of energy, which is what just popped into my head. So, you know, it'll be different for everybody, but I feel that, you know, there is definitely some kind of struggle between two different energies here. And you're being encouraged to release it. Release it. You've got two cards here of holding on too tightly. Release these energies, my darling Aries, because, yeah, the time is right. You're being encouraged to release and maybe just wait. Hold, see what is revealed to you this week with this Veil card. That's the message I'm getting for you, my darling Aries. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know, if you could please like, share, comment, you know, subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow and, you know, allows me to put out more readings for you. And yeah, drop me a comment. I'm very active in the comments. I'd love to have a chat if you want to have a chat. So, all right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Aries. Yeah, you can't make this up. It's up to you. Exactly what I said off that, you know, those cards is it's up to you to release yourself, my darling Aries. Yeah, you may need to be going through some recovery. And that's what I said, just wait, hold. Wait until you're in a better headspace to be able to, you know, make a decision. Romance. I mean, this could be to do with a relationship. I'm not really feeling that, but I mean, romance is always open to us, my darling Aries. Perfect timing, they say. Yes, it's perfect timing for there's something better. Yeah, exactly. You know, the energies around at the moment, when especially around Halloween when the veil is thin, you know, work with those energies, use those energies, because I feel that, you know, you're really being encouraged to go within and just wait until you feel it's perfect timing, my darling Aries, and that, you know, you feel that you are in a better type of headspace. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Taurus. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th. It's Halloween week. So, my darling Taurus, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Taurus, what messages does Taurus need to know for the week of October the 27th? Skull of Light, Illumination. Ooh, love it. Love, love, love. There's a couple of these skulls in this deck. One's Skull of Light. The other one is, I can't remember, Skull of something, but it's Infinite Possibilities. So I love to see these skulls when they come out, because they're the aces of this deck. They're the, you know, powerful oracle cards in this deck, my darling Taurus. So I love to see that illumination for you. And I must admit, the moon card has come out a few times already in these readings. So there could be a lot of that moonish type energy where, you know, the moon illuminates. So this week you could be feeling that secrets have been revealed. There could be some illumination coming in for you. Some, you know, what's the word? Some kind of moments. All I could see in my head was like that, some mind-blowing type of moments for you, my darling Taurus. That's kind of what I'm feeling, that, you know, there could be some real, yeah, like, wow, yeah, mind-blown type of energy. I can't think of that word. It's going to come to me later. I know it will, but anyway. Let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Taurus. What messages does Taurus need to know for the week of the 27th. High Priestess, yeah. Trust your intuition. Page of Wands. There's your spark of inspiration there. And the Five of Cups. Okay. All right, my darling Taurus. What I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the High Priestess. And as I said, this is trusting your intuition here. I feel this week, particularly, with what else is on the table here, it's going to be critical for you to trust yourself. Trust what is popping into your head. Trust how you feel about a person, place, or thing. Trust how you feel about a situation, my darling Taurus, because I feel that, because with this illumination card, I just feel that you're sort of at that heightened sense of knowing is what I feel this week for you, that you are in tune. Because the veil this week is very thin, and it's even more thin on, Halloween, which I think it's Friday, I think, this week. It's, like I said, the veil is very thin. It is that time where miracles can happen. It's that time where, the messages between the heavens and the earth, is thin. So it's a good time to manifest around that time, because, we're more in touch with the heavens and the earth. And you can see here the pomegranates. At the time of when the tarot was created, and this is Pamela Coleman Smith, she is the one who created the artwork on the original Waite Smith tarot. And around when the pomegranates at the time when the tarot was created were wealth, it was status, it was luxury. So I feel for you. I mean, you can see she's got no roof over her head. She has infinite possibilities, my darling Taurus, and I feel that that is you this week, that you are in tune with the heavens and the earth. Trust your intuition. It will not lead you astray. If there's something that you're going to do and it does not feel right, it feels, you get a feeling of dread, don't do it. Louise Hay called it her inner ding. Whenever she would, get a phone call, if she had a good feeling about the phone call, she would go for it. But if it made her feel dread, then she would refuse whatever, offer, or, offer to speak, offer to do anything like that. So I feel that's important for you. Trust your intuition this week, my darling Taurus. Then you have the Page of Wands. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know that pages in the tarot are messengers. And this fella comes in to spark the inspiration in you, to spark some curiosity, to spark where to next. You can see he holds the Ace of Wands here, and it is illuminated. My darling Taurus, this is your time, I feel, to, explore possibilities, explore where you can go. Don't be put off by what has happened in the past. You've got the Five of Cups here, and I feel that you could be allowing yourself to wallow too much in what may have not worked out for you in the past. Get out of that energy, my darling Taurus, because you have, you could literally have an aha moment. That was the word I was looking for before. With that illumination, overarching energy, you could literally have, with this spark of inspiration that comes to you, this here, where you can see it's glowing, you could literally have an aha moment. This is where I need to go. This is what I need to do. Do not waste that energy, my darling Taurus. Do not be held back by what hasn't worked out in the past. I feel this is your green light, my darling Taurus, to get moving. Trust your intuition and get moving. because you got the Five of Cups here, and this is why I was saying to not allow past disappointments to stop you moving forward. What this card is all about, being, grief and disappointment. It's like crying over spilt milk. All she's focused on are these 3 cups that have spilt here. If she just turned around though, she could see that she has 2 upstanding cups, 2 other opportunities here, and she has sprouted beautiful, transformational butterfly wings. My darling Taurus, don't waste this energy. I feel that you're being given a second chance here. You're being given an opportunity to do something again that may not have worked out, if that makes sense. And I feel that it has a better chance this time of working out, because you know what doesn't work. Take the lessons here take the experience that you've learnt, take the lessons that you've learnt here, my darling Taurus, and put them into practice here. You have enormous potential, I feel, this week, if you can just get yourself out of this wallowing energy. Get yourself into an attitude of gratitude. My darling Taurus, that's what I feel will change everything for you. If you can get yourself out of feeling sorry for yourself and, oh, woe is me, and this didn't work out, and change it to, okay, this didn't work out. What did I learn from this situation? How can I take what I've learned and put it into something else? My darling Taurus, that's what I feel is happening, is the message for you off the Five of Cups. So like I said, if I'm going to put it all together, I probably already have, but I feel with this illumination card, this is going to be your aha moment. This is going to be your illumination, my darling Taurus. There is going to be something coming in to spark your inspiration here. Don't waste it. Trust your intuition. Take the lessons from what hasn't worked out in the past and use them to propel yourself forward, my darling Taurus. That's what I feel is coming in for you. What an amazing energy, my darling Taurus. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. Please, like, share, subscribe, comment. It really does do something to the algorithm, helps my channel grow. And, I just really appreciate it. Particularly subscribing. So many of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. I don't bombard people with rubbish videos either. So, if you could help me out, that would be great. All right, let's get final messages for you. You can't make this up. Abundance. This is what is coming. This is what I feel, my darling Taurus. Get more information. Yes, you may need to get more information, but that is what trusting your intuition is all about. Yeah, be assertive. That's your Page of Wands. Take the action, is what I said. Take action towards that inspiration, that illumination, my darling Taurus. You're ready, they say. Yes, you are, my darling. You are ready, because you're going to choose a new direction. And boy, is this going to blast you forward. I love this energy for you, my darling Taurus. This is just stunning energy coming in for you. So lucky you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Geminis. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th. It's Halloween week. Happy Halloween, my darling Geminis. So let us jump right into your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Geminis. What messages does Gemini need to know for this week of the October the 27th? It is actually start of November at the end of this week too. Oh my God. Nearly Christmas. I am definitely going to have to ask my kids to give me their Christmas lists, because Yeah, I do not like leaving things to the last minute. That's the Virgo in me. Never mind. All right, let's get overarching energy for you, my darling Geminis. Ooh, love this. Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities. I love these skull cards. There's another one in there called Skull of... can't remember, but it's Illumination, which I love. You know, there is... These cards are... I love these cards. I should use them more often. I only really use them at Halloween time, but I think, you know, maybe I'll let them sprinkle throughout the year. Well, you know, see how they go. But I feel for you, my darling Geminis, that the energy around you is, you know, that feeling of infinite possibilities. You know, and what a beautiful energy that is. You know, there's a few cards in the tarot that have the infinity symbol, which is that symbol of infinite possibilities. I feel the High Priestess card is another one that, you know, gives us that infinite potential. She has no ceiling on her over her head, but the energy that's surrounding you is you. And this is what I'm feeling off this card, is that it's you feel surrounded by joy, and that you feel there's been a turning point, I feel, for you. So if that makes sense, that you're feeling that you're just, yeah, like I said, that there has been a turning point, sorry, listening, and now's your time, my darling Gemini. So I hope that makes sense, but that is, I was trying to decipher what I was getting, but that is what, yeah, I feel. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Geminis. What does Gemini need to know for this week of the October the 27th? What does Gemini need to know? Knight of Cups, Six of Wands, woohoo! Oh, and the Knight, and the Ten of Swords. Okay, the only fly in the ointment here. I think this is, when I pulled this though, I felt that was, I mean, and this literally is something that's dead done over with. I feel this is past energy. So, yeah, don't let it ruin this whole reading, because I don't feel that at all. I feel that this is insignificant energy, that it's just showing up here to let you know to release that energy, that this situation is dead done over with. Let it go, my darling Geminis. That's what I feel when I pulled that card here, because I don't feel this is what's coming in. I feel this is just lingering leftover energy, my darling Geminis. So what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start here with the Nine of Cups, and this, my darling Geminis, is your knight in shining armor. There could be someone coming in for you this week that sweeps you off your feet, my darling Geminis, which is your energy. You could feel looked after. You could feel in that energy of at peace with who you are, and that you're feeling that things are falling into place, if that makes sense. So, because that's the energy I'm sort of feeling off the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like the gift from the heart. It is, like I said, a knight in shining armor, you know, if we're talking about love. And I do feel, you know, this could be about a relationship here just because of this card. So that, you know, you may have felt that, you know, there wasn't going to be someone else for you, my darling Geminis. But here they come. I feel that this is them. And that's it. And like I said, it's going to make you feel, I feel that you're going to feel celebrated because of that. Well, they're going to celebrate you, my darling Geminis. They're going to celebrate you and all the beautiful wonder that you are, You know, I would say the advice I give to you is allow that to happen. Allow someone to immerse themselves in you. Allow someone to love you, my darling Geminis. Don't overthink it, is what popped into my head, my darling Gemini. So yeah, love that energy for you. Definitely feel some kind of knight in shining armor. Well, that feels like a knight in shining armor will sweep you off your feet, so to speak. Which, yeah, loving it. Because then you've got the beautiful Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is a card of being celebrated. You can see on the card here, these people, you know, she's come back from a journey, from a, you know, maybe war. She's got a victory wreath here, and she's also got one underneath her crown here. And these people, they're celebrating her. She's trotting in on a lovely little white horse, and they are throwing their hands up, loving you, Gemini, loving you, Gemini. So let it happen. Allow it. Allow people to celebrate you. Allow yourself to feel joy, and allow yourself to feel that you have infinite possibilities, my darling Geminis, because you do. You know, you have that energy. You know, I can feel it here. Like it's just, I feel like I'm buzzing, actually. So, which is quite nice. There's nothing buzzing me, but I do feel buzzed by this energy. I feel like I'm vibrating at a higher vibration. And I know that sounds woo-woo, but yeah, that's kind of the energy. I feel like you will feel things are falling into place, that you can, you know, that things start to turn around for you. Because I know there has been some energy for you of, you know, feeling like there's been a struggle, feeling that this has been a challenge. There's been challenges for you. I feel this is going to stop. I feel like you're just going to feel supported and celebrated, my darling Geminis. Then you have the Ten of Swords. And like I said, when I pulled this Ten of Swords, it made me feel that this is dead, done, over with. Whatever this is, and whether you have felt stabbed in the back, I don't know whether it was literally feeling stabbed in the back or just feeling that, I mean, you can see the look on her face there. She's exasperated. You know, whether that is just the feeling that you were in of feeling exasperated with what had been happening to you, with you, my darling Geminis. Did you feel that you would never come out of this energy? I'm here to tell you it's dead, done, over with. Tens in the tarot are completions. It's done. It's over. Whatever this is, there is a brand new dawn coming in for you. And it's all about infinite possibilities, my darling Gemini. So I love to see this. I don't feel bad off this Ten of Swords. I feel that whatever is dead, done, over with was meant to be dead, done, over with, because you can't have this other beautiful energy without getting rid of that, my darling Gemini. So if I'm going to put it all together, I just feel, like I said, this is dead, done, over with. You need to release this energy. Let it go. However you do things like that, whether it's talking to a friend, whether it's doing a meditation, whether it's, you know, seeing a therapist, talking to someone, I don't know, whatever that means for you, but it's important for you to release that. Otherwise, you're going to miss this beautiful energy coming in, and I don't want you to miss that, my darling Geminis. You've got literally someone that will feel like a knight in shining armor coming in to sweep you off your feet, and you're going to feel celebrated. You're going to feel joy and warmth and love, I feel, my darling Geminis, and a real sense of infinite possibilities as well. So yeah, I love this for you, my darling Geminis. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know, I would love it if you could please like, share and subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow. Doesn't cost you anything. You know, it just really helps me out, and it pushes out my readings to more people that, you know, may need to see this message, and that could find peace from hearing this message. So I would love it if you could do that. And drop me a comment. I want to know, does this resonate? How have you been feeling? Have you felt this energy around you, that heavy energy? Are you ready to come out of it, my darling Geminis? All right, let's get the final messages for you. Yeah, get more information. And that could just be the get more information with this Ten of Swords, to let it go. You need to get more information in order to be able to release it, my darling Geminis. Yeah, what did I say? Ask your angels, meditate. If you need to talk to someone to release that energy, ask your angels, my darling Geminis. Yeah, and you will go through a period of recovery. I feel it's important for you to allow yourself to rest, relax, recover, to allow your heart, especially if this was it's not a Three of Swords situation, but if this was something to do with, a relationship, the heart, something like that, allow yourself to recover from that, my darling Geminis. A year from now, they say, choose a new direction. Yeah, I feel that you will have done that. Like, you're going to look back on this situation here a year from now and be glad that everything happened the way it happened. That you chose a new direction. You chose to let go of what had hurt you, and allow this other person, this knight in shining armor, to come in and sweep you off your feet, my darling Geminis. That's what I feel is coming in. I just feel such a beautiful energy for you off this reading, my darling Geminis. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Cancerians. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th. It's Halloween week, my darling Cancerians. Happy Halloween if you celebrate. Let us jump right in to your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Cancerians, what messages does Cancer need to know for this week of October the 22nd? What have we got? Skull of Flowers. Ooh, I love these skulls. They're the best ones. Creating through the ashes. Yeah, love it. So I feel this message for you off this, my darling Cancerians, is that, maybe you're coming through some kind of, and the word that popped into my head was dark night of the soul. Have you gone through some crap? Have you gone through a hard time here and you need to rebuild, from the ashes, is what I feel this sort of overarching energy is telling you. That this could be the week for you where you rebuild from the ashes, like the phoenix rising, my darling Cancerians. Like, this is the week where the veil is thin. The veil between the heavens and the earth are very thin, and a lot of magic can happen around this time. So, I would definitely be encouraging you to work with that energy. Creating through the ashes, regardless of whether things have worked out or they haven't. Keep going on your path, my darling Cancerians, as I feel the message for you. So let's consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you. What does Cancer need to know for this week of the 27th of October? Two of Swords, Seven of Wands. Love it. That's coming out quite a bit. It's six of Wands, bit of victory and success. So you've got 6 and 7 there, and they're not in the right order, but you know, out of all those cards, 2 cards in order, that says something. All right, my darling Cancerians, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card of, do I choose this or do I choose that? You know, it's a card of needing to trust your intuition, and blindfolds in the tarot represent needing to trust your intuition and to look within, but it also represents what you cannot see either. So, you know, I feel what is important for you, my darling Cancerians, is to remove this blindfold here and allow yourself to see fully which way you need to go, to allow yourself to see fully the outcome of this situation or the outcome of that situation. And you know what? If you choose a situation or you choose a direction that doesn't feel good, choose a different direction. There is nothing to say that just because you choose one path that you can't change and choose another path. My darling Cancerians, if this is not working out for you, choose another path. That's what I feel is a message for you here. But I also feel to let you know to trust your intuition, to make sure that you are going within and speaking to your higher self and asking, does this feel good? If I choose this direction, does this feel good? If it does, go with it. If it doesn't, don't. You know, Louise Hay used to always talk about her inner ding. And she used to say if a phone call came through and it made her feel good and she got a good feeling from it, she would explore it. But if something came through, or a phone call or an email or something came through and it filled her with dread, she would not go with it. And she used to call that her inner ding. Like, she would know if it went off, that was her inner ding, and she would just pursue whatever that was. So I feel it's important. I mean, your gut does not lie to you. So trust it. You know, learn to be in tune with it. And I mean, once you do, it will never steer you wrong, my darling Cancerians. Because then you've got the Seven of Wands here. So the Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. Like, when you know that you know. And this goes hand in hand with that Two of Swords. Once you make the decision, if you know that that is the right decision for you, stick with it. Stand your ground, my darling Cancerians. Don't allow outside influences or others to sway you from this beautiful path that you're on, my darling Cancerians, because I feel this is good for you. This is where you need to go. You know, you may be in that feeling of thinking that you need to defend yourself against your choices. Defend your choices, decisions. You don't. You don't have to answer to anybody but you, my darling Cancerians. Know that you don't have to answer to anybody but yourself. You know, this is, like I said, that card of conviction. You know, this person here is defending themselves at the top of a hill. They're defending their position. They're saying, I know that this is where I want to go, my darling Cancerian. So use that energy. Work with that energy, my darling Cancerians. Because this is your outcome, I feel. The Six of Wands. I don't always say that card there is your outcome, but I feel that it is here, that this could be your outcome. So the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about victory and success. She is being celebrated. She has the victory wreath here. She's got one underneath her crown and the crown. These people are celebrating her, my darling Cancerians. You know, she's in that energy of being celebrated because she has come home victorious, my darling Cancerians. And you can come home victorious by having the courage of your convictions, by knowing that you know that any choice or a decision that you make is the right one for you. By, you know, oftentimes we feel we need to defend ourselves to other people, defend our choices, you know, defend our judgment calls for other people, but we don't. It is up to you if you want to, you know, defend yourself, but I would be encouraging you to just be. This is the decision I've made. I'm happy with this decision. Thank you. And just be happy, my darling Cancerians. That's what I'm feeling off this whole entire reading. Creating through the ashes is what that Skull of Flowers said. Creating from what had burnt down, recreating, regeneration. Become the phoenix rising, my darling Cancerians. That's what I feel from off this reading. I've already pretty much put it together, but I'll just do a quick recap. You have a choice or a decision to make. Make it. Be happy with it. Take the blindfold off, go within, and really trust your intuition here, your inner ding. It's up to you if you want to have to defend that choice or a decision, but I feel this is more you having the courage of your convictions, by you knowing that you know that the choice and decision that you made is the right one for you, and you will be victorious. You will be celebrated, my darling Cancerians. I'm loving this energy for you. Any choice or a decision you make that's right for you is right for you. It should give you victory. It should make you feel victorious and successful because you made the decision for yourself, my darling Cancerians. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I am very active and interactive in the comments, so I'd love to know, you know, what it is that, you know, you are burnt down to the ground and regenerating. Drop it in the comments. You please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Cancerians. Can't make this up. Big happy changes. Exactly what I said. These are coming in for you. This is the energy. Only if you believe. You need to ask, believe, receive. Like I said, trust your inner ding. Ask, you know, ask. I was just going to say ask your angels, and here it comes. Ask your angels. So, yeah, you can't make this up at all, my darling Cancerians. Perfect timing, they say. Yes, I do feel that, because there's something better. There sure is, my darling Cancerians. This is all coming in for you. Perfect timing to make the decision to follow your path, to follow your life's purpose here, my darling Cancerians, and come out victorious at the other end. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Leos. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Halloween! And welcome to your reading for Halloween week, October the 27th. So, my darling Leos, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Leos, what messages does Leo need to know for this week of the 27th of October? Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities. Oh, I love this one. This is one of my favorite oracles in this deck. Infinite possibilities, Skull of Stars. So, I mean, what I feel this week is that, clearly you have that energy around you of infinite possibilities, my darling Leo. So, look for the signs, look for the synchronicities. The word that popped into my head was take chances. Take the chance if you see it, because, we're in that week of the veil being very thin, and I feel that there's a lot of magic sprinkled, and there will be a lot of magic sprinkled towards the mid and the end of this week. So enjoy the energy, my darling Leos, and work with the energies. Let us consult the tarot here and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Leos. Did I say Aries? I'm sorry if I called you Aries. I meant Leo. My darling Leos. What messages does Leo need to know? Upside down. 7 of Wands. Oops, that's upside down. Oh, sorry, they're all upside down, are they? No, some aren't. Some aren't. I need to go through those. Never mind. It's all good. All right, my darling Leos, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands is a card of conviction. It's like when you know that, something is for you, when you know that you need to do something, when you know that something is just so right. Yeah. Something is just so right that it can't be wrong. That is the 7 of Wands. It's that have the courage of your convictions. Push forward with ideas. Don't let anybody sway you off your path, my darling Leos. Because I feel with that infinite possibilities, I just feel you have the potential this week to manifest miracles, my darling Leos. That's just the energy I'm getting. It's the message that I'm feeling. It's it's just the energy that I'm picking up from your reading is to just trust and have the courage of your convictions. Move forward. I mean, you can see here, this is an energy of having to defend his position at the top of a hill. It is, you may feel that you need to defend your choices, defend your actions, defend your decisions, my darling Leos, but you don't. The only person you need to defend those choices, actions, decisions, things to is yourself, my darling Leos. But it can be difficult if you feel that you're being challenged about why you believe a certain thing, why you do a certain thing. But it's not up to anybody else. As long as you know why you have these beliefs, as long as you know why you're going for something, as long as you know why you love someone, it does not matter. It's your life, it's your choices, it's your decision, my darling Leo. So I feel that that's important for you to know, just to stand your ground, have the courage of your convictions here with that 7 of Wands. And then you've got the Moon card. So this is Pisces energy. So if you do have Pisces in your chart anywhere, I would recommend you go watch the Pisces reading, because there could be a message there for you. But the Moon is all about what is hidden. So, what is in the shadows, my darling Leos. It's about, the Moon illuminates. So we know we just had that big super moon in Aries at, when was that? The start of, I think the 9th or something, the 7th? No, the 7th of October. And I mean, it was massive, and it illuminated. I think I got up at midnight, and when I walked out, it was like, it looked like there was a light left on, but it wasn't. It was the moon coming through the window, and it just lit up the whole of my house, and it was amazing. So the moon illuminates. It casts shadows on, you know, maybe some things that we don't see or that we don't want to see. But I feel it's important for you to be aware of things that may be hidden, my darling Leos, and to just, you know, I'm not going to say be cautious, but I'm just going to say be aware. That's it. That's really all I'm getting off the moon card, is to be aware that there could possibly be some things that you're not being told or that have not been revealed to you. So it may be worth, you know, just with the, especially because the Seven of Pentacles has come up here, it may be worth just, you know, waiting, contemplating a little bit more before you make that next move, my darling Leos. So here, as I said, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is all about, you know, contemplation. Is what you have done worth it? Is, you know, where you've come from, what you've put into, you know, this life, is it worth it? And I would say yes, because, I mean, you can see she's growing these beautiful big pentacles here. I feel it's time, you know, for you, or that you're being encouraged to, you know, look at what you've done and realize that you've come a long way, my darling Leos. And maybe it's almost time to take this big pentacle that you've grown and plant it somewhere else. Repeat. What do they say? Rinse, repeat. You know, that you've shown that you can do this, my darling Leos. You've shown that you can grow a successful bush, so to speak. You know, I feel that it's time to take this pentacle and plant it somewhere else. But like I said, just be aware of, if, you know, if it's to do with anybody else, or it's to do with needing to get more information, then maybe you need to get more information before you make the final decision as to where you're going to put that. I hope that makes sense, my darling Leos, because that's the energy that I'm feeling off this this card for you. So if I'm going to put it all together, I mean, with this Skull of Stars, the infinite possibilities, I just feel that what popped into my head was the world is your oyster, my darling Leos. And look, if you hate oysters, sorry, but, you know, that's very cliche, I know. But what I feel is happening here for you is that you need to stand up for your beliefs. You need to make sure that whatever you're going to put your energy into, whatever your next move is going to be, you're going to be behind it 110%. You're going to have the courage of your convictions, and you are going to just trailblaze forward here, my darling Leos. The only caution thing I just say here is to, well, I feel before you do this, you just make sure that you're being told everything. That's the caveat of this reading, I feel. But you have infinite possibilities, my darling Leos, which is just amazing. I'm loving this energy for you, my darling Leos. All right, let us see what final messages we've got for you. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know, please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. So, all right, let's get final messages for you. Yeah, get more information. What did I say? You cannot make this up. Totally what I said off the moon card. Get more information. Your angels are agreeing. Yeah, listen to your intuition. Trust that what you're, you know, what may be popping into your head is there for a reason, is guiding you, my darling Leos. Yeah, and meditation brings answers. So if you need to take some time, if you need, you know, which I'm encouraging you to do, is to think about things, meditate on it, take some time for yourself, my darling Leos, and you know, ask your angels for some help. A year from now, they say, yeah, you've got a huge, big yes. Yeah. So don't be freaked out with the year from now. Doesn't mean this is going to take a year. What it means is where you're going to be a year from now will amaze you of what you've done. When you look back on what you've done a year from now, you're going to be amazed, is what I feel to tell you with this reading, my darling Leos, because I feel that everything is happening at this time to set yourself up for the infinite possibilities of the future, my darling Aries. I love this for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Virgos. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the Halloween week of October the 27th. So, my darling Virgos, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Virgos, what messages does Virgo need to know for this week of the 27th? What does a Virgo need to know? Oops. These cards stick together. Sticky and slippery. Upside down. Joy. Rejoicing in the present. Yay, look at this. Love this energy for us, my darling Virgos. I say us because I am a Virgo. Joy. Rejoicing in the present, my darling Virgos. What a stunning energy to come in for us for this week. This last week of October. Love this for us. And you know, this is the week where the veil is thin. The veil between the heavens and the earth is thin. You know, this is an amazing time to manifest and to, you know, be in touch with your spiritual side and what's on the other side. You know, even, you know, those that have passed and things like that. The veil is thin to communicate with those that have passed, my darling Virgos. But I feel what I love to see of this energy, my darling Virgos, is we're going to have joy. Couldn't we all do with a bit more joy? Rejoicing in the present. God, I love that. I am so happy. Let us consult the tarot, my darling Virgos. If I can hold on to everything and see what messages we've got coming in for this week. What does Virgo need to know for the week of October the 27th? Temperance, balance some energies there. King of Swords, okay. There's our joy. Can't make this up. Love it. Love, love, love when all the cards speak the same. Loving this for you, my darling Virgos. All right, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So we start off here with Temperance. So Temperance is just that energy, temperance. It is, you know, having balance. It is, you know, being able to temper the energies, my darling Virgos, if that makes sense. So I feel, you know, it's just being able to create that healthy balance between, you know, turning one thing into another. Say, you know, it's like turning water into wine. It's that energy of being able to turn a bad situation into a good situation, or, you know, turn anything negative into positive. My darling Virgos, that's the energy I'm feeling for you. Oh, the Temperance card is to, if something comes in, and look, we're all, you know, we all have problems. We all have issues that come up during, you know, a week, a month, whatever, a year. It is how we look at those problems that determine the outcome and determine, you know, does it damage us? Does it do anything to us? You know, I feel that, you know, if something negative happens this week, just be temperance, be balanced, be in touch and know that this situation, this whatever happened, had to happen. In the traditional tarot, this angel is, I think it's the Archangel Michael, I'm not really sure, but he has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the earth, which is that energy of, being able to balance, making sure that they have a grounded energy, as well as, and in being in touch with the water represents the flow of the universe, the pool of universal consciousness, so to speak. So having 1 foot in there and 1 foot on the earth, reminds us to be grounded, my darling Virgos. So that's what I feel off the Temperance card. Then we've got the King of Swords here. So look, I don't love him, I have to say. And I don't love him in this reading, but I feel that it's necessary. He's obviously necessary to come in for this reading. But, he can be quite cold. And I don't know, this could be the energy that we need to adopt this week. And I'm not saying to be cold. I'm just saying to be, you can see he's sitting here nonchalant, like just sitting in his own power. I feel that it would probably benefit us this week to sit in our own power, to, be just, he has all the knowledge and wisdom that he needs. He does not need to prove himself to anybody. And I feel that us adopting that energy this week of not having to prove ourselves to anyone, just knowing that we are who we are, that we have all the knowledge and wisdom that we need, that for us to be able to, what's the word? Be comfortable in our skin. That's probably what's popped into my head. To be comfortable with who you are, my darling Virgos. I feel that is the energy we need to adopt this week, is to be comfortable in our skin, to not apologize for our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our actions, my darling Virgo. That is what I feel, why this energy of the King of Swords has come up. We need to embody that energy. We need to sit on our throne, unencumbered by outside noise, unencumbered by the chatter, unencumbered by people's negative, talk, whispers, anything like that. I feel that we just need to sit in our safe space, my darling Virgos. And I feel if we do that, that will bring us joy, because we only worry about what's in front of us. We only worry about what directly affects us, my darling Virgos. That's what I'm feeling off the King of Swords. Because then we've got the beautiful Ten of Cups. This is, my darling Virgos, our rainbow of blessings. This is our joy. We've got that card of joy, rejoicing in the present. This, my darling Virgos, is us rejoicing in the present. It is our Ten of Cups. It is our rainbow of blessings. It is happy home, happy family, joy. This, if there's one card in this deck that encompasses joy, it is this one. And it's the same with the other one that I love and brings me joy and reminds me of joy in this deck is the Three of Cups, which is, that rejoicing. That's more a joy with, celebrating your tribe type of energy. This one is family. This one is, and whatever that means to you. So it's not doesn't necessarily have to be blood, my darling Virgo. So keep that in mind. It could be that you feel, I actually feel this is more feeling fulfilled, if that makes sense. Feeling totally and utterly fulfilled, which I love. I don't feel that I need to go on anymore. You know, I'm not really getting anything more other than fulfillment, joy, happiness here. So I'm going to put it all together, and I probably already have, but I just feel this whole week will be, you know, we're being encouraged to rejoice in the present, to be joyful here, because here's the message, here's the energy, it's coming in to, you know, balance any kind of unbalance that may be present in our life at this particular moment in time, but to also to embody this energy of the King of Swords, to be comfortable in our own skin, be comfortable in our knowledge and wisdom that we do have all the resources we need. We do have all the knowledge and wisdom to be able to move forward, to do what we want to do, to live our life the way we want to live it, to live our life in joy, my darling Virgos, to celebrate, to just, you know, have everything, have our beautiful rainbow of blessings here and have everything that we want, which I'm loving. I mean, this is just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful energy for us this week, my darling Virgos. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. And look, you know, I would really love it if you could like, share, comment, you know, do something, subscribe please to my channel, because it really does help my channel grow. So many of you that watch these readings are not subscribed, and look, it's free, it doesn't cost anything. But what it does is push my readings out to more people that hopefully can see it and get joy from it. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Virgos. You can't make this up. Here's the golden opportunity coming in for you. Whatever this is, joy. Here it comes. Let go, they say. Yeah, that's what I was saying off the Temperance card. And with the King of Swords too. Let go of that need to explain yourself to anybody. You do you, boo. Be in your own energy and be comfortable in that energy. Look for a sign, they say. Yeah, look for the signs, the synchronicities. That will push you towards your path, my darling Virgos. Wait, they say. There's something better. Yeah. I feel off that wait is to just wait. You know, if you don't rush into anything is what I feel to say here, is to enjoy the moment is what popped into my head, my darling Virgo. So this is just a stunning energy, stunning week. I just feel total joy off this reading. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Librans. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th. Happy Halloween week, my darling Librans. So let us jump right into your reading and start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween, couldn't even think of the word, Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Librans, what does Libra need to know for this week of the 27th of October? What does Libra need to know? Can't believe we are at the end. Because that's upside down. Yeah, we are at the end of October already. This is just insane how quickly this year's going. Skeleton strength. Yeah. So it may be this week, my darling Librans, that you need to exercise your true strength. You know, whether that be, and I don't feel physical strength, I feel emotional strength here. That, you know, maybe you've been tested in some way. I don't know, we'll have to consult the tarot and see what the info is about, but I feel that you're being asked to have strength this week. That if something has, you know, pulled you down or made you feel weak, my darling Librans, it's time to get up dust yourself off, and find that inner strength. Find the strength to move forward and go on, my darling Librans. That's kind of what I feel here for you. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Librans. What does Libra need to know for this week of the 27th? The devil. Yeah. I did pick up that there was some kind of toxic type of energy going on here, which has made you feel you needed strength. Seven of Swords. Okay. Ooh. And the Three of Cups. What a good outcome this is. Now, look, I don't necessarily say that that last card is the outcome, but you are going to get through this and celebrate by the end of this week. I can tell you right there. There's your whole reading, my darling Librans. There's your whole reading right there. No, I will go into it. So yeah, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Devil card. Now this is Capricorn energy as well. So if you have Capricorn placements or anything like that in your chart, I definitely would encourage you to go and watch the Capricorn reading. I do remember the Capricorn reading was quite intense as well. So, definitely go watch it if you have those placements, because there definitely could be a message there for you. If you don't have any Capricorn placements, then this is the Devil energy is all about the ego and, ties that bind and, toxic type of energy and, attachment type energy. So if you've been feeling that, you've had this energy of the ego around you, or you've had that energy of feeling bound to someone or bound to something, my darling Librans, has there been has there been anyone around you with an addiction? Addictions can come in many forms, whether it's, alcohol, drugs, shopping, gambling, tarot. But, anything where someone's obsessed with that can really impact another person. And so if any of that energy has been around you, I feel that you having that strength this week to release it will help you, will allow you, to then celebrate with those that are closest to you. You can see the chains here, they're very loose chains. They could easily slip those chains from around their necks and move on, get away from this devil energy here. The devil only has power if you allow it to have power. It only has a hold over you if you allow it to have that hold over you, my darling Librans. So just keep that in mind. You have the power to release this energy, my darling Librans. Because then you've got the Seven of Swords as well. Now, some readers read this as lying, cheating, stealing. I'm not feeling... I feel an element of you felt that you may have been cheated out of something, but I'm getting a couple of messages off the Seven of Swords here, is that, like I said, you may have felt cheated by something, someone, and I feel that in order for you to release it and get out of it, you need to change your tactic here. You need to change your mindset, change how you would normally deal with this kind of situation, my darling Librans. And that means changing your tactic. Like I said, changing. If you would normally freak out and, scream, yell, have a hissy fit at the other person, and then that cycle just keeps perpetuating, I would be encouraging you to try something different and see what happens, my darling Librans. Try just walking away. Try just not engaging in the drama, my darling Librans, and see what happens. Changing your tactic I feel, is the message off this Seven of Swords. You can see he is stealing these swords from this army in the background. He doesn't want to fight. He wants to do something different. And in order to do something different, he's stealing the swords so they can't fight back, or they can't fight at all. And then, that is changing the tactic. That is, changing the game, my darling Librans. And I feel that would benefit you this week. Change the game. Change the way you would normally do something. Don't react, respond, my darling Librans. That's what I feel for you from this Seven of Swords, because I feel this is where you're going to be. You're going to realize that that energy was just that. It was energy, and it was holding you back. And this is your outcome, celebrating. I love this Three of Cups. Celebrating with your tribe, my darling Librans. Celebrating, surrounding yourself with those people that lift you up, that make you feel that you are important to them. Don't waste your time with people who couldn't give a shit about you, and that harm your energy and step all over you. These are the people here. These are the people that you need to spend your time with, my darling Librans. These people right here are the people that you need to surround yourself with. You can see this is joy, celebration. They are, in the traditional tarot, they're celebrating a harvest. But here they're just celebrating being. We are human beings. We are not human doings. So allow yourself to be, and allow yourself to enjoy the journey, my darling Librans. Gain the strength that you need to make the tough decisions that you need to make here, for sure. But then celebrate that you've done it. Celebrate that you have conquered those demons, my darling Librans, because all I can see here is joy for you, which I'm loving. So yeah, I'm going to put it all together. There is definitely some toxic person, place, thing energy that's happening here that you need to release. I feel that you will. Change the way you normally respond to this person, place, or thing. And I feel if you change the way you respond, you will be celebrating. Wayne Dyer used to say, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. That could not be more true in this situation, my darling Librans. So I'm loving this energy for you. You have the strength this week to conquer those demons. I think it's important for you to change how you look at something and how you respond to something, for sure. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I would really, really appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe. It really does help my channel grow. Subscribing doesn't cost anything, and liking and putting a comment in doesn't cost anything either, and it just does something to the algorithm and pushes my content out to those that need to see it. All right, let's get final messages for you. Yeah, ask your angels if you need to go within, or if you feel that you need guidance. Ask your angels, my darling Librans. Definitely listen to your intuition here. It will not lead you astray. Go within, listen to your intuition. Yeah, you've got helpful people around you, my darling Librans. That is the Three of Cups. These are the people. These are your tribe. They want to help you and celebrate you, my darling Librans. Within the next few weeks, they say, there's something better. There sure is. I feel it. This whole reading says it, my darling Librans. There is definitely something better coming in for you, and I love that it's within the next few weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th. If it is your birthday this week, my darling Scorpios, a big happy birthday from me to you. And happy Halloween! It is also Halloween week. So, my darling Scorpios, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Scorpios, what messages does Scorpio need to know for the week of October the 27th? Let's see, what messages? Let me know if you're doing anything good for your birthday. Ooh, mummy, change. There could be some change in the air for you, my darling Scorpios. I think actually this has been quite a theme for you, really, for the last few readings that I've done. Coming into this October, since we had the eclipses in September, you have been going through a lot of change and, for the better, burning down of the old, creating the new, all that kind of stuff, Phoenix rising type of energy. So let us consult the tarot and see what we've got coming in for you for this week, my darling Scorpios. And look, this week with Halloween, the veil is thin. So there's a lot of manifestation power around at the moment, and a lot of, having to, well, not having to, but a lot of communication with the spirit world, if that, is something that you're into. Anyway, let's get messages for you. King of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the Hanged One. Okay, interesting. Right. Yeah, well, I feel this is your change here. Well, this has been the catalyst for your change. So I'm just sort of thinking. Well, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the King of Swords. Now, I feel in this energy, just with what else is here, that this is you. I feel you are embodying this energy this week, my darling Scorpios, of the King of Swords, sitting on your throne, feeling that you have all the knowledge and wisdom that you need, and you've gained all that knowledge and wisdom by hanging from the tree of knowledge, by being illuminated, my darling Scorpio. So I hope that doesn't sound too woo-woo, but that's what I'm getting off this, is that, you've worked on yourself. You've worked hard to get the answers that you want, to, feel that you can make informed decisions, that you can make the changes that you need to make, coming from a place of clarity, coming from a place of knowledge and wisdom, so that you can cut through any of the BS, my darling Scorpios. So I feel you embodying this King of Swords energy this week, is the right move for you. Whatever you are going to move forward with this week, move forward with confidence. Move forward in the knowledge that you have all the knowledge and wisdom that you need. Use it wisely, my darling Scorpios. So then we've got the 7 of Swords here. So, some readers read this as lying, cheating, stealing. I don't necessarily read it that way. I read it more as changing a tactic here. And I'm definitely reading it as that in this reading because of this card of change here that you have. That I feel that you changing the way that you look at a situation, that you changing the way you approach a situation is going to benefit you this week. It's going to be different for everybody this week. So, you know, what's happening here is that he is stealing these swords from this army in the background. He is changing the tactic. He is changing the way he would normally fight, because he is trying to pull away from them the not the reason, but what's the word? Stuck in my head. He's trying to pull away from them the need to fight, because he's taken away their resources. He's taken away their swords. They can't fight anymore. He doesn't want to fight. He's a lover, not a fighter. And so I feel for you that, you know, approaching something differently, thinking about something differently, changing the way you look at something will benefit you. As Wayne Dyer, one of my teachers, would say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So if you can change the way you approach a situation, like, you know, if something happens and you would normally freak out and react, change that. Take a step back. Look at the situation and just don't respond. As they say, no response is a response. So just wait until you're ready to respond, if that's relevant for you, my darling Scorpios. Because then you've got the Hanged One here. The Hanged One is all about gaining knowledge and wisdom and enlightenment. You can see she's hanging from this tree of knowledge. She is glowing. Her head is glowing. She is enlightened. She has gained all the knowledge and wisdom that she needs in order for her to move forward with whatever goal, wish or dream, situation, whatever that is for her. And I encourage you, I feel that you have done this. I feel like you've been through this kind of almost, you know, with the change card here, almost through some kind of metamorphosis where you have been gathering resources, where you have been gathering knowledge, gathering wisdom. It is now time for you, my darling Scorpios, to get off this tree and embody that energy, as I said, of the King of Swords. There is no need for you to stay stuck on this tree any longer, my darling Scorpios. Change is coming, but it's going to change only if you change it. Does that make sense? So nothing is going to change if you don't implement it, if you don't initiate it. That was the word I was looking for. If you don't initiate change, this isn't going to change. But I feel you have gained all the knowledge and wisdom that you need, my darling Scorpios. You are embodying this energy of the King of Swords, sitting on your throne without a care in the world, just knowing that you know what you need to do. Do something, whatever you're going to implement, whatever you're going to do it differently to what you normally do. I feel that's the key here, is to change the way you would normally approach a situation, person, place, thing. My darling Scorpios, yeah. Pretty straightforward, clear message, I feel, here. I don't feel I need to kind of go on any longer with that one. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I am very active and interactive in the comments. And look, I would love it if you could please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Subscribing doesn't cost anything, but it really does help my channel grow. It allows the algorithm to push my readings out to those that need to see them, my darling Scorpios. All right, let's get final messages for you. What did I say? If you believe, you need to believe that change is possible. Like I said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. This card has come up just about in every single reading. Ask your angels. And I feel that's important. Why? Because of the veil is very thin this week. Being able to talk to your angels this week will be a lot easier and a lot clearer, I feel. Yeah, here comes your abundance, my darling Scorpio. This is, I feel, the byproduct of you changing your normal tactic here. I feel that only good things will come from that. Yep, perfect timing, they say, because there's something better. There sure is. Definitely feel that. There is change coming. So there is definitely something better coming in for you, my darling Scorpios. What a beautiful energy we have coming in for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Sagittarians. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for October the 27th. Happy Halloween week. It is Halloween at sort of the midpoint of this month, towards the end of, sorry, not month, week, I should say. So yes, happy Halloween. Let us jump right in to your reading. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then I'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here. And then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Sagittarians, what messages does Sagittarius need to know for the week of October the 27th? Such big cards, my little hands can't hold them. I mean, I do have quite big hands, but anyway. I find myself struggling sometimes with these cards. All right, eternal love. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Love, and it transcends physical death. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Eternal love. Could be a week of loving for you, my darling Sagittarians. Love. Well, I love love, and I love this for you. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Sagittarians. What messages does Sagittarius need to know for this week of 27? Ace of Cups. Can't make this up. Knight of Swords. Someone's rushing in. And the Moon. But just be careful what's hidden. Could be a Pisces. Never know. Anyway. All right, my darling Sagittarians. What I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off with the beautiful Ace of Cups. This is your cup of joy, my darling Sagittarians. This is love. This is, your heart filling with joy and happiness. It is your cuppeth running over, my darling Sagittarians, which I love to see for you. So, the Ace of Cups is all about, just like I said, that cup of joy, your overflowing emotions, your, what brings you happiness, what brings you joy, my darling Sagittarius. So I feel for you this week. I mean, clearly with this eternal love, there is going to be a lot of love around you this week, my darling Sagittarians. There could be someone new coming in, and it could be a Pisces. Don't take it how it resonates. If you're already with someone, I feel that you'll just feel so cozy and so loved up that you will literally feel that your emotions are overflowing, my darling Sagittarians, which I love for you. So, you can just see here the cup is overflowing. She can just if it it does never empties, she can just refill that cup by putting it back down into the water and letting it continuously overflow. So I love to see this for you, my darling Sagittarians. And then you have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, it's not depicted in this depiction of the tarot, but in the traditional tarot, the horse and the rider are flying, and they're moving like a bat out of hell, basically, in the traditional tarot. And look, I've heard other readers read it as, don't go back to the past. Either he's rushing back to the past, so don't go back to the past. But I feel off this for you that it's more, this is someone that's going to sweep you off your feet, my darling Sagittarians, whether you're with them now or not. So even if you are with someone, I feel that there could be the possibility that this week you feel that you're just being swept off your feet, that you feel that you're being, just loved, my darling Sagittarians, which I'm loving for you. The even though they read the Knight of Cups as a knight in shining armor, what I feel off this is chivalry. If that's the word that popped into my head, is chivalry, is that chivalry's not dead, my darling Sagittarians. So I feel this week that someone's going to really make you feel that you are loved, that you are taken care of, that you are their number one, that there is nobody else in this world but you, my darling Sagittarians, and them. And I love this energy for you. Like, I feel love from this reading. Like, I really do. I feel warm and fuzzy, if that makes sense, my darling Sagittarians, which is a beautiful energy to be in. And then you have the Moon card. So look, the Moon, as I said, this is Pisces energy. So if you do have, it could be a Pisces person coming in for you. But if you do have any Pisces placements in your chart, I think, and I feel that it would be really beneficial for you to go and watch the Pisces reading as well, because there could be a message there for you. So this Moon card is all about what is hidden, or what needs to be revealed, my darling Sagittarians. As you know, moons illuminate, and especially that big supermoon we had earlier in the month on the 7th, I think, or 6th or 7th, depending on where you are, which was in Aries. It was a full, huge supermoon, and it was bright, and it literally illuminated everything. I remember getting up. It was about 12:30. I couldn't sleep, and sometimes the moons affect, me that way. And I got up, and when I walked out of the room, it was like somebody had the light on. Somebody had left the light on, and it was just bright as bright. And so, but also what a moon does is cast shadows. So they illuminate some things, but they also cast shadows over others. So I feel what popped into my head was it's a tale of caution here, to, not to jump in head first, but to just make sure that everything is being revealed to you, my darling Sagittarians, if that makes sense. So I'm not saying anybody's keeping anything from you, but I feel that it would benefit you to, not dive in head first, especially if this is a new connection, not dive in head first, but, go with it for sure. Enjoy it, go along with it, but just keep your head, keep you cool. Make sure that, you're being told everything, that nothing is being hidden from you. And don't be afraid to ask those questions either. Don't be afraid to ask, am I the only one you're seeing? Or, is there something I need to know? Ask the question, because people are often, they're not going to just volunteer information if they think you don't want to hear it. So I feel that, keeping the lines of communication open and talking, moves mountains, my darling Sagittarians, and works wonders. So, because I really feel that this connection, as this card says, eternal love, love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. This person could literally be the person that, you spend the rest of your life with, and that love will transcend death. So very powerful energies coming in for you, I feel, my darling Sagittarians. So yeah, if I'm going to put it all together, I probably already kind of have, but yeah, I really feel that there is a powerful connection coming in for you. There's going to be some kind of gift from the heart that is going to rush in for you. It's like I said, it's almost going to feel like chivalry, like, you know, that you're being swept off your feet here. But like I said, just be careful what is hidden in the shadows. Ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask, my darling Sagittarians. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know, I would love it if you could please like, you know, share this reading, subscribe to my channel, you know, drop me a comment even, you know, like I'd love to know if this resonates with you and if, you know, this, you know, this person already. You know, I'd like to be able to say, hey, congrats, because this feels like an amazing connection, my darling Sagittarians. All right, let's get final messages. Yeah, abundance. Can't make that up. I mean, love is abundance. It is, you know, when you feel that love, when you feel, you know, that just that love in your heart, abundance can't help but make its way to you. Yeah, you cannot make this up. What did I say about communication? Communicate clearly. You can't make this up. This is, like I said, what pops into my head is what's coming. If you believe, my darling Sagittarians, ask, believe, receive. The law of attraction says you must put it out there. So that's what I said to you. If you believe this is a soul connection, if you believe this is the one for you, then it will be. But if you believe, oh, they're not going to love me, they're not, you know, they're not, this isn't real, how can that possibly be possible? Then the universe is going to give you more of that, my darling Sagittarians. So believe in the miracles is what I feel to say to you. A year from now, they say, you've got a yes, and it's yes with the exclamation point. Don't freak out with a year from now, because what I feel is that you're going to look back on this moment. You're going to look back on this connection and meeting this person a year from now and going, best thing I've ever done. Best time of my life. I'm so glad this happened. That's what I feel is the energy that's around here for you, my darling Sagittarians. So beautiful. Such an amazing connection, I feel, is coming in for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Capricorns. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th, sorry. It's Halloween week. Happy Halloween, my darling Capricorns. So let us jump right in. We're going to start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then I'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Capricorns, what messages does Capricorn need to know for this week of October the 27th? What does Capricorn need to know? Oh, what's that say? Barmbrack. Sweetness and synergy. Ooh, beautiful. No idea what barmbrack means, but sweetness and synergy. So if you can tell me what barmbrack is and barmbrack means, please put it in the comments. I'd love to know. I mean, here in Australia, we don't celebrate, you know, we try to celebrate Halloween, but it's not as big a deal here as it probably is where you are in America, you know, somewhere else. We try to make it a big deal. It's very commercialized, you know, they try and with all the costumes and, you know, kids dressing up and trick-or-treating. But, I mean, last year we were all prepared and did the house up, you know, at the front and things like that, and we got no trick-or-treaters. So, yeah, it's, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really. Yeah, but for you guys, you know, you're in the States or something like that that really celebrate it, please let me know what barmbrack is, because I would love to know. All right, my darling Capricorns, let's consult the tarot here and get some messages for you. What does, oh God, they're very chatty today, these cards. What messages does Capricorn need to know for this week of October the 27th? Eight of Cups. The Moon. Moon's come up a few times. Whoop. Oh my God, double moon. Now, I don't take the double cards out of here because who am I to say that there shouldn't be double moon energy? But wow, that's pretty intense. I am going to pull another one. Another card here. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So, interesting energy for you, my darling Capricorn. So what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is an energy of walking away from what no longer serves you. You can see the eclipse here. It's only one of the only cards in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. And, you know, this year has been a year full of eclipses, my darling Capricorns. And it's been, you know, there's been an eclipse in Virgo, which is your fellow earth sign, and one in Pisces as well. So the energy around that the Virgo one probably affected you more than the Pisces one, but being that you're an earth sign, but equally they, you know, was a very powerful time. So there could be something that you're wanting to walk away from, my darling Capricorns. And, you know, with that sweetness and synergy card, I feel, you know, that in order for you, once you make that decision to walk away, because I don't think you've made it yet, my darling Capricorns, the feeling I get from this is that you're going through, should I walk away? Should I leave behind, you know, what is no longer serving you? And I feel the answer is yes, my darling Capricorns. If you're thinking about it, if you're feeling that something's not working for you, whether it be a job, whether it be a relationship, whether it be, you know, a business dealing, a business partnership, you know, anything like that, you know, you're having doubts about, or that you feel has run its course, my darling Capricorns, you are being encouraged to walk away. Leave it behind. It is no longer serving you. I feel that to keep holding on to an energy that doesn't serve you is only going to be bringing you down and holding you back, my darling Capricorns. Because then, like I said, we've got the Moon card, and yeah, the Moon card is showing up twice. I might actually just take both of those because, you know, the Moon twice is basically the universe saying I meant what I said here. And I'm not quite sure why there are more than one Moon card in this deck. You know, I'm not sure the reasoning behind that. If anyone can tell me that knows that why Michelle Knight put two Moon cards in here, I just don't know. But I didn't take them out, and I won't take them out, because who am I to say that the universe can't say I meant what I said, basically, because that's what is happening here. You know, when a cards repeat, that is the universe saying I meant what I said. So this, like I said, this is Pisces energy. So if you have any Pisces in your chart, I would very much, being that we've got double Pisces here, very much encourage you to go and watch the Pisces reading, because there definitely could be a message there for you. This could literally be a Pisces in your life that you're walking away from, or that you feel you need to walk away from, my darling Capricorns. So the Moon illuminates. Now, we just had, at the start of this month, I think it was the 6th or 7th, depending on where you were, we had that huge full supermoon in Aries. And boy, did it illuminate. I remember getting up at 12:30, I couldn't sleep, and I got up and I walked out of the room, and it was like somebody had left a light on. The light that it brought into my house was unbelievable. And, you know, it was just so bright. But yet, whereas it illuminates, it also casts shadows, my darling Capricorn. So I would encourage you to be discerning on what is illuminated, but then also see what it, also look for what it isn't telling you, or what is hidden, my darling Capricorns, because I feel that you have the feeling that someone's not telling you everything, and that could be the catalyst for you wanting to walk away from this. So, and like I said, it doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be, but it could just be that it is a situation that where you have not been told everything, and you don't want to put up with that anymore, or it's come to light, some things that were hidden from you, and you can't take it any longer, and you're walking away, my darling Capricorns. That's what I feel for you, and I feel you're walking towards this beautiful sweetness and synergy in the form of the Nine of Pentacles here, which is your independent gratitude, luxuries. It is you standing in your own energy and feeling abundant and beautiful, my darling Capricorns. And what a beautiful energy to walk towards, my darling Capricorns. I feel this is necessary for you to walk towards this beautiful Nine of Pentacles energy. You can see she's got 3 pentacles here and 6 here. She is happy to give away these pentacles here because she always has 6 for herself, and that just keeps regenerating because she is generous of spirit. She will give to what she needs to give to, as long as she gets what she needs out of it, my darling Capricorns. And I feel that is the energy you need to get into. I feel that you may have had a person, place, or thing sucking the life out of you, only taking. It's time now, my darling Capricorns, to take that energy, take that power back. Take your beautiful energy and power back and stand strong, independent in this beautiful energy of the Nine of Pentacles, my darling Capricorns. So yeah, love this for you. So I mean, I've probably already put it all together, but yeah, I just feel there is something that you've had enough with. You've had enough of not being told everything, and it's come to light that that's what's happened. You're walking away. You've had enough. You're walking away, and this is what you're walking towards, my darling Capricorns, is this beautiful Nine of Pentacles energy, this beautiful sweetness and synergy that is coming into you this week. Loving this energy for you, my darling Capricorns. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. Please do consider like, share, subscribe, all those good things. Let me know, as I said, what the hell Barmbrack is. So, I can be up to speed if that ever comes out again, what it is. And just let me know, does this resonate with you? Does this situation resonate with you? All right, let's get final messages for you. Can't make this up. This is what's coming for you. Big happy changes. That is your Nine of Pentacles, my darling Capricorns. This is what the result of you walking away from what no longer serves you. Yeah, you're going to have helpful people come in as well. So allow people to help you if they offer. Yeah, but just make sure that you communicate clearly. Communicate your feelings clearly. So nobody takes them out of context. Nobody says, or you weren't clear with the message, anything like that. Knowing yourself that you have communicated your needs clearly. Not the right time, they say, because you got a yes. Yeah, the not the right time, I just feel is, that what you're walking away from was not the right time for you. You've got something better here because you've got a yes with an exclamation point. You have so much, I feel, abundance and joy coming in. You've got that sweetness and synergy ready to be, taken here, my darling Capricorns, which I'm loving for you. So such a beautiful energy coming in for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Aquarians. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th. It's Halloween week. Happy Halloween! So, my darling Aquarians, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Aquarians, what messages does Aquarius need to know for this week where the veil is thin? What does Aquarius need to know? Half. Happiness in our hearts and homes. Oh, I love that. What a beautiful energy. Happiness in our hearts and homes. The majority of the reading has been, the readings that I've done so far have been very positive this week. So I really do feel that, and most of the readings that I've done for October have been very positive. So, you know, I kind of don't want this beautiful energy of October to come to an end, but I do hope that November has some positive energy. I think there is going to be a Mercury retrograde next month, which, you know, but look, we're also used to Mercury retrograde. I know I am. I'm a Virgo. Mercury is my ruler. So look, occasionally there's a blip here and there, but nothing that I ever worry about. I'm used to it, worked with the energy, doesn't matter. Anyway, so you have happiness. Happy, 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 my darling. Happiness in our hearts and homes, my darling Aquarians. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Aquarians. What messages does Aquarius need to know for this week? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I love it. I haven't seen the Wheel of Fortune come out for a while. Love it. 6 of Wands. And the Hanged One. Yeah, okay. What I feel, I can tell you right now what I feel. No more waiting. Fortunes are changing. Time to get going. Love it. Love, love, love. All right, my darling Aquarians, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off with the beautiful Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, I think, you know, it can be a little bit misunderstood, the Wheel of Fortune. I hear some readers say, oh, it's the lottery ticket of the tarot, go and buy a lottery ticket. I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why. And that's because we should never leave, I don't think, our fortune to chance. When you go and buy a lottery ticket, you're effectively telling the universe, the only way I am ever going to be wealthy is by chance or by, you know, luck. And I don't agree with that. I feel that the law of attraction is all about working with the energy and getting into alignment with the energy to create our own luck, so to speak, my darling Aquarians. So what I do feel off the Wheel of Fortune is that you have enormous potential this week for your fortunes to change in your favor, but it's going to come from you, if that makes sense, my darling Aquarians. So look, the wheel spins this way and the wheel spins that way. It's up to you to control the wheel, my darling Aquarians, and you can do that by controlling your thoughts, controlling, you know, not being negative about every little thing, watching your words, how you speak to yourself and how you speak to others about yourself and about your situation. You know I have to pull myself up a lot when I speak about myself, even in a joking way. I might say something like, oh, this old girl, you know, and then I think, No, it's saying that I'm saying a derogatory thing about myself, even as a joke, and why? Why do we do this? Why do we do that? When is it because we're looking for someone to say back, oh, no, you're not old, blah, 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 and probably, yes, we're probably so starved for attention that's why we say it, my darling Aquarians. So I feel for you this week, you are being encouraged to control the wheel, control how you approach situations, control how you think about situations, control how you talk about situations, my darling Aquarians, and control the wheel is what I feel. And yes, that rhymed. Then you have the beautiful Six of Wands. And I feel that this is the result of you controlling that wheel, my darling Aquarians. I feel that this is the result of you getting into alignment also with what it is that you are wanting to get into alignment with, my darling Aquarians. This person here, they're being celebrated. You can see these people, they're celebrating her return. She's got a victory wreath here. She's got one underneath her crown, and then she's got a crown on. She has returned from maybe war, from a journey, and these people, they're celebrating her success. This is victory and success, my darling Aquarians. Don't waste this energy. I feel that this is the result of you controlling the wheel and being able to control the way you speak about yourself and others, and the way you speak about your situation and others, my darling Aquarians. That's just that is really all I'm getting off the Six of Wands. I feel that it's you're going to be celebrated, and it's, like I said, it's victory and success, and I love it. That's pretty much it. The Hanged One comes in, I feel, because to tell you that you're ready, my darling Aquarians. That I feel that this is telling you to get off the tree. You have had, you're illuminated. You can see this person, they're hanging from the tree of knowledge. They are illuminated. It's time, my darling Aquarians. It's time for you to get yourself off the tree. You have gained all the knowledge and wisdom that you need in order for you to be able to make the decision regarding that Wheel of Fortune, to be able to make the decision about which way you need to go, about which way you want that wheel to spin, my darling Aquarians. You've gained it. There's no need for you to stay stuck and wait any longer. Get off the tree, my darling Aquarians, and put into practice what it is that you have learnt. Put into practice what it is that will move you forward and will allow you to live the life that you want to live, my darling Aquarians. That's just what I feel. I mean, this is a really straightforward reading. And I love with this happiness in our hearts and homes, this is your end goal. I know that. Your ultimate goal, wish and dream is to have happiness in your heart and your home. Who doesn't? That's everybody's goal, wish and dream. So in order for you to feel that, you need to get off the tree, put into practice what it is that you have learnt, change your fortunes in your favour. You control the wheel, my darling Aquarians. And out of that is victory and success and happiness and being celebrated for the joy that is you, my darling Aquarians. Loving this energy for you. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. If you could please like, share, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. It really does help my channel grow. Let me know down below, do you feel the fortunes turning in your favour? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel that you are still stuck on that tree? Let me help you get off the tree, my darling Aquarians. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Aquarians. Peaceful resolution. Yeah, I do feel that whatever is happening in your life, you will find peace. Improving health, I think that's just a byproduct of living better. You need to ask your angels for help. Ask them, my darling Aquarians. You know, ask, believe, receive. That is how the law of attraction works. You're ready, they say. Yes, you are. You are ready. Get off the tree. I can't say that enough, my darling Aquarians. And you've got a yes. Love this energy for you. I mean, this reading is just beautiful. What could you ask? What more could you ask for than happiness in your heart and home? With the wheel of fortune changing in your, or turning in your favor, it is now your time, my darling Aquarians. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon. Hi there, my darling Pisces. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your reading for the week of October the 27th. Happy Halloween, my darling Pisces. So let us jump right in to your reading. We're going to start with an overarching energy using the Halloween Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here, and then we will finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Pisces, what messages does Pisces need to know for this week of the 27th of October? What does Pisces need to know? Joy. Love it. Virgo got this too. And that's your opposite sign. So you might want to, if you have any Virgo placements, I would definitely say go watch that, because yeah, they got the same card. So joy, rejoicing in the present. Love it. I mean, how beautiful does that look? She looks joyous and free and just happy, my darling Pisces. So I love to see this for you as well. So, I mean, you know, we've had those eclipses. We've been through it. I mean, both you and Virgos have been through the ringer, really, with those eclipses. And I do feel the energy this October, though, has been, there's been some challenges. I won't say no, but there has not been challenges. I mean, that Aries big supermoon that we had on the 6th or 7th, depending on where you were, that was illuminating. Not just bright illuminating, but there was some serious stuff coming out of that. And I don't know whether that was for you, but it certainly was for me. There was definitely some illuminating things coming in that week for me, but I just feel that we are going through, you know, that time, and I feel that it is your time, my darling Pisces, for joy. So enjoy it. All right. There's no secret that enjoy is part of joy. All right, let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Pisces. What does Pisces need to know for this week of the 27th? 3 of Swords, 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands, that card has come out multiple times in these readings. So, yeah, there is a lot of victory and success, I feel, this week, my darling Pisces. I'm loving what I'm seeing for you here. What I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. That is your joy right there, I feel. Rejoicing. You're going to be celebrated. Anyway, so we start off here with the 3. Sorry, I lost my voice. The 3 of Swords. So the 3 of Swords is a card of, you know, healing, I feel. I mean, a lot of readers read it as, you know, heartbreak, and yes, it could be, but I feel that this is healing from a heartbreak. I don't feel that you're still in this energy, my darling Pisces. So I love that for you. I mean, you can see on this card here, those swords aren't in her heart. She's pulled them out. She has one in her mouth. She's throwing one up in the air and she's got one in her hand. She's done with it. She is healing from this energy, my darling Pisces. And I feel that's the energy that you're in. You're in that energy of healing, but it will take work. You know, you need to work on yourself. You need to work on wanting to heal from this energy. Don't wallow in this energy, because you've got the Five of Cups here, and that is a wallow type of energy. So I am encouraging you, my darling Pisces, to remove the swords from your heart and heal. Whatever that means for you, however you need to heal, whether that's spending time with a friend, whether it's, you know, going out on a date with someone new, whether it's, you know, doing something for yourself, having a nice bath, you know, looking after yourself, going and getting a massage, getting a pedi, getting a mani, whatever, you know, doing something for you will all help heal your heart, my darling Pisces. Because like I said, then you have the beautiful Six of Wands, and I feel this is where your joy is coming in. You know, this is success, victory here. She is being celebrated. You can see these people here, they're celebrating her. She's got the victory wreath here. She's got another victory wreath on underneath her crown. She is victorious here, my darling Pisces. She's either, you know, come back from a journey here and they're celebrating her. She's being put on some kind of pedestal. And whatever this journey, wherever this journey has taken her, she's feeling victorious. Joy, happiness, victory and success, my darling Pisces. That is what I feel is coming in for you here. I feel, though, that you need to, just with the other messages on the table, and I will, you know, speak to that in a minute, but I do feel that it's going to be important for you to be able to switch your mindset from heartbreak to heal, from, you know, wallowing in grief to coming out the other side, to turning whatever lessons or whatever trauma that you've had into lessons, and taking only those lessons and the love into this beautiful future that is coming in, this outcome of victory and success, my darling Pisces. Because then, like I said, you have the Five of Cups here. And like I said, the Five of Cups is a wallowing energy. It's about focusing only on what only hasn't worked out here, and not realizing that if you could just look behind you, you've got two more opportunities here, two more full cups, and that you've sprouted these beautiful butterfly wings. You know, that you have more than what's just in front of you, is what I feel I need to tell you, my darling Pisces. You definitely have more than what is just in front of you. These are your experiences here. No one's taking those away from you, because these are your lessons. This is what you've learnt. But leave the trauma behind. Just take the lessons, my darling Pisces, and realize that you have other opportunities waiting for you if you could just look up from the grief, look up from the disappointment, look up from what hasn't worked out, my darling Pisces. Allow yourself to look up, is what I feel the message is telling you here. Allow yourself also the time to heal. I'm not taking that away from you at all. I feel it's really important for you to allow yourself that time to heal. You know, don't wallow, but also don't come out of it too quickly. And I feel that you won't. I feel that you will be able to come out of this because you've got this card and you've got joy. Rejoicing in the present, my darling Pisces. Don't get stuck in the past. Don't get stuck in what hasn't worked out. Heal your heart, my darling. Take the lessons and the love, and you will become victorious, my beautiful Pisces. I'm loving this for you. What a beautiful reading for you. So if you are enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. You know, I would love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe. Really does help my channel grow. It, you know, does something to the algorithm and pushes my content out to other people that may need to see it. So I would really appreciate it too. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and yeah, I would just really appreciate it. Let's get to final messages for you. Yeah, this card has come up, I swear, every single time. Ask your angels. With the veil being so thin this week, my darling Pisces, I feel that speaking and being in touch with your angels will be that much easier and clearer this week. Yeah, peaceful resolution. Exactly what I said. I feel that you will heal from this situation because here comes the abundance. Yeah, this is coming. This is for you. This is your joy, your victory, your success, my darling Pisces. Perfect timing, they say. Yep, can't make that up. And don't you stop, my darling. Don't you stop. You have got joy coming in for you this week. Make sure to use and work with the energies, with that veil being very thin, my darling Pisces, because, yeah, what a gorgeous energy you've got coming in. Rejoice in the present. Rejoice in the joy, my darling Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.